the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Well, to answer this question, we look no further than the god of wisdom himself, Odin. He wasn't just a seeker of knowledge, he was a master of using it. Through sacrifice, cunning, and foresight, Odin shows us that knowing something isn't enough. It's what you do with that knowledge that defines true wisdom. From giving up his eye for insight to preparing for Ragnarok with the Eye of Heart, this story is a roadmap for turning raw understanding into real power. This is how the Heathen. There is an old saying that knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit, but wisdom is knowing not to put that motherfucker in a fruit salad. Well, Odin understood this better than everyone. When he sacrificed his eye for a drink from Ymir's well, he gained immense knowledge. But knowledge alone wasn't enough. Seeing the truth didn't mean he could shape it. That's why he later sought the meat of poetry, a drink that granted him not just understanding, but the ability to inspire, influence, and lead. You see, Odin's pursuit of wisdom went beyond simply gathering information. It was about knowing how to apply it. With the meat of poetry, he could use his knowledge to craft powerful words, stirring hearts and minds, guiding warriors, and shaping the destiny of gods and men. Just as wisdom is knowing when not to put a tomato in a fruit salad, Odin learned that true power lies not just in knowing, but in using that knowledge to its fullest potential. Odin's sacrifice on Yggdrasil is one of the most powerful examples of how knowledge must be earned through experience. He didn't just seek wisdom, he suffered for it. For 9 nights, he hung from the world tree, stabbed with his own spear, teetering on the edge of death. No one helped him, no god came to his aid. He endured that trial alone, until at last he grabbed out for the runes. This was more than just gaining knowledge. Odin had to prove himself worthy of it. He didn't just read about the runes or ask someone to teach him. He lived their pain and sacrifice, understanding them in a way no one else could. True wisdom comes from the struggle. Odin could have learned about the runes from another person, from another god, or from another mortal being, but he knew that real power comes from direct experience. Just like you can study a craft all you want, but until you put in the work, you don't truly understand it. This is what separates knowledge from wisdom. Odin didn't just memorize symbols, he grasped their deeper meaning, their connection to fate, and how to use them to shape the world. He took his suffering and turned it into strength, proving that wisdom isn't just about what you know, but what you've endured to know it. Odin's contest with Fafnir is a master class in the difference between knowing facts and knowing how to use them. Disguising himself as Ragnarok, a wandering traveler, Odin challenged the giant to a battle of wits. Fafnir was no fool. He was one of the wisest giants, possessing vast knowledge of the cosmos, the gods, and fate itself. The two exchanged riddles, testing each other's understanding of the universe. But Odin didn't just rely on his own knowledge. He used strategy. Instead of merely just answering questions, he cleverly asked one that only he could know, the fate of himself at Ragnarok. When the giant couldn't answer, he realized he had been outwitted by none other than Odin himself. This is where wisdom surpasses knowledge. Fafnir knew countless facts about the cosmos, but Odin understood how to use knowledge to his advantage. It wasn't about knowing more, it was about knowing the right thing at the right time. Wisdom isn't having information, but knowing how to apply it, when to keep quiet, and when to ask the right questions. Odin didn't just want to learn, he wanted to win. And he did so by thinking ahead, proving that true wisdom is more than just intelligence. It's strategy, cunning, and foresight. Knowledge is reading the words of the past, but wisdom is understanding how to apply them. The Modern Hávamál takes the ancient wisdom of Odin and reshapes it for the modern world. Gives you tools to live with honor, strength, and purpose. You don't just learn, you live the wisdom of the All-Father. And don't forget, every copy sold, well, it helps bring the documentary American Heathen closer to reality. Click the first link in the description down below to get your copy today. You see, Odin's visit to the Volva and the Voluspá shows that wisdom isn't just about seeking knowledge. It's about listening to those who know more. He traveled to the Ceres, one of the most powerful sources of hidden truth, to learn about the fate of the gods. She revealed the past, the present, and the grim future of Ragnarok, showing this inevitable downfall of the Aesir. This was knowledge. What made Odin wise was how he responded to it. He didn't try to deny or change fate. He prepared for it. He gathered warriors in Valhalla, even though he did bind Fenrir to delay the inevitable. But he also straightened the bonds of the gods and ensured that even after Ragnarok, something would remain. This is the essence of wisdom, knowing that some things cannot be changed, but choosing to act anyway. Many seek knowledge to control their destiny, but Odin understood that true wisdom is about adaptation. He didn't learn about Ragnarok just to despair. He used that knowledge to make the best possible decisions. In life, wisdom isn't about avoiding hardships. It's about seeing what's coming and preparing for it, ensuring that even in loss, there's something to be gained. Odin's decision to gather the Einahar in Valhalla is the ultimate example of applying knowledge with foresight. He knew from the Volva's prophecy that Ragnarok was inevitable. The gods would fall, the world would burn, chaos would reign. But instead of resigning himself to fate, he used this knowledge to prepare. He didn't just sit and wait for the end. He chose the bravest warriors from battle, bringing them to Valhalla to train for the final battle. This wasn't just an act of knowledge. It was the wisest thing he can do. He understood that while he couldn't prevent Ragnarok, he can ensure that the fight was not lost, even before it began. This is the true difference between knowing and understanding. Anyone can see an inevitable outcome, but wisdom lies in choosing how to respond. Odin didn't waste time trying to change what couldn't be changed. He focused on what could be done. Life is full of hardships and unavoidable endings, but wisdom is about using what you know to make the best of every situation. Odin knew Ragnarok would come, but by gathering the Einahar, he ensured that even in destruction, there was hope for something beyond, something after the battle had been lost. Odin's journey from knowledge to wisdom is a lesson for all of us. It's not just about gathering facts. It's about experience, strategy, and knowing how to use what you've learned. Whether it's sacrificing for the runes, outwitting giants, or preparing for the end of the world, Odin shows that true wisdom, well, it comes from action. Learning is only the first step. Applying it, that's what truly matters. Well, if you've enjoyed this breakdown, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which of Odin's lessons resonated with you the most. So until next time, stay knowledgeable, stay wise, and of course, stay fucking savage.